Hi, I'm Josh Rawls.
And this is Rick Renson recording from the Century 21 Advantage Gold Studios.
Season 1, Episode 3 of Becoming the G.O.A.T Happy Hour.
In this episode, we have Ed Ross. He's a vice president of a local records procurement company. Started in the copy room, worked his way up.
Working his way up that corporate ladder.
And he also has another title.
What is it? Hit me with it.
Dad.
Yes, folks, it is my dad. And we are so thankful he decided he would do this for us, and we're excited to get into it. But before we do all that, let's see what our guest chooses today. He chooses Stoli's Vodka. It is a well-known Soviet brand of vodka. Distilled 3 times, it is made of wheat and rye grain, contains gluten, but does have a gluten-free version. It is also 80 proof. All right, let's get into it, man. Pass these out. Let's try this
bring
stuff.
Ed in.
Let's
Hey,
see
Ed.
how this vodka is.
Hello, fellas.
Yeah.
How are you?
Good.
How you doing today, sir?
Very good.
Faja.
You want to pass us some
Let's
drinks?
get this. Yeah, let's get this vodka.
I get the ice, Josh.
I'm
I
a
heard
neat.
they want-
So-
I like neat.
Before we sip and rate, why Stoli's?
Ooh.
I guess it was probably one of the earlier vodkas that I could possibly get my hands on as a young man, and grown accustomed to it. And,
You acquired
and
the
really
taste.
enjoyed it. And
Yeah.
really enjoy it as far as that goes. So.
It would be like Mad Dog 2020 for me.
Yeah, when I was mixing it with yeah, exactly. When I was mixing it with orange soda.
Yeah. What was the flavor that we used to do?
Oh, banana red.
But wasn't
Mad
it
Dog.
strawberry banana? Wasn't
Strawberry
it?
banana,
There it
yeah.
is. Oh man, I remember.
So you would mix yours with
Orange soda.
when you were
Yeah,
younger?
Crush or what- yeah, exactly. You know,
Help it go down
going
a
to
little.
dances with
some soda pop.
But yeah, they get a little buzz, and then and then like I said, as I got more mature in the sense, and then I can do it straight or with a martini. I do like my martinis as well. So
Yeah.
Well, let's take a sip. Let's
right,
rate
let's
this
wanna
thing.
do it.
All right.
Salute,
Cheers.
gentlemen.
Salute, gentlemen.
All right.
Whoa,
It's a little harsh, yeah.
whoa. Definitely.
Found this as a teenager, huh?
Yes.
Damn.
Well,
How many times did you puke as a teenager drinking this?
well, no.
No?
No, actually,
He's not a heavy drinker.
Now I've grown accustomed to it. I can say so.
You never had a bad night on this?
No, actually, I love bread and things of that nature. So having this wheat from Russia just fell right into play as far as that goes.
Okay. I'd rather have some wheat from Russia. This is pretty harsh. Let's rate this thing.
Yeah, let's try.
This is a man's drink, Ed. You brought us a man's drink.
I definitely had a couple of hairs on my chest sprout.
All right, Ed, 1 to 10. What do you rate this as far as vodkas? Just on vodkas, purely vodkas. You cannot bourbon, gin. Out of all the vodkas you had, 1 to 10.
I would go with probably a 9.
A 9?
Yeah, because again, I just
acquired the
really
taste.
do. I really enjoy it that way.
Okay.
It's one of these vodkas I can drink and not worry about a hangover.
Ooh.
I can drink a lot of it, especially if you're at a wedding, party, whatever. I can get away with
The
a little bit
Stoli's
more.
is flowing.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So,
All right, Josh, what's your rating?
Ooh. Well, I don't have memories like him. But, yeah, dude, for vodka, like I always say, since every drink has been brought in has been vodka so far,
People love vodka.
I didn't even understand. I didn't know this.
Yeah.
I did not know this.
It's a go-to.
I guess so, but
son, before you
yeah.
give your rating, just remember, I suggest you drink it the same way I do.
I don't know if I. This is one bottle I did not steal from him as a child. Folks.
Right, exactly.
Definitely, this never left his shelf. Believe me,
Hence why I drink it.
it was always there.
That's the thinking behind it. He'll never take it. Right next to the gasoline on the shelf.
I wouldn't have to worry about it being watered down.
Yeah, right.
Later down. So.
Why is this vodka frozen? But anyway, back to the review. Or rating, sorry. I'm gonna give this one a 5.
5?
Yes.
So, Ed, you're at a 9. You're at a 5. I'm going to do another sip and try to get some of the memories you got there.
Dancing, he said, I believe.
Yeah. Sorry, Ed. I'm not a man. I'm giving this a 4. I'm going. It's harsh. I mean, you got to be into vodka to really like this.
Yeah.
It's a little rough.
Well, I don't know about that. It's more that you can taste it.
Okay.
Vodka normally isn't that you taste it.
Right.
It's so smooth. They try to distill it as much as they possibly can. they do put out an elite Stolies.
Oh, okay.
Which is, probably at the wazoo, filtrated and all that, to take away all the taste to what I would say taste is.
Thanks for not requesting that because we do have a budget here.
Oh, exactly.
Yeah, Dad. Thank you, Daddy.
Exactly.
No, but would you say there's a big difference between? I mean, have you tasted that? The
Oh yeah, no, definitely as far as that goes. Yeah. But again, I go back to what I kind of raised myself on, and as far as
stick to the basics.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah. All right.
You always remember your first love, right?
That's true. Well, I guess
that's when it comes to.
Well, she's a nasty bitch.
She's dirty. I'm still sipping it though. All right, let me do my rate. Oh, I did my rating. I'm at a 4, so we got to do the total rating.
Yeah,
it'll grow on.
You do the math, sir.
So let's do the math here. You're a 9. You're a 5. You're a 5. I'm 4. So I think it would be somewhere around 7ish. You want to just call it a group 7?
Yeah, fine.
Yeah, sounds good to me.
I don't care.
Yeah, let's do group 7. 7. Cheers.
Yes.
Cheers,
fellas.
All right, Ed. Going to hear a little bit about your story. So, what made you the man you are today? Let's hear something about that.
Okay. Well, to be honest with you, I was a little reluctant coming to today as far as that goes because I don't consider myself a GOAT per se.
Right.
But in the end, I do think that, things shape you in your life, all your experiences, how you were brought up, your family, your work experience, your life experiences, things of that nature. And it led me to, I guess, to where I am today. I feel very content in my life. I'm very happy. I feel self-made, because I worked my way to where I positioned myself.
So, like early on, you found that drive?
Well, yes. I'll tell you why. Because first off, I come from a very large Catholic family. There were 16 brothers and sisters. I'm the 11th of that. And I had 11 sisters and 4 other brothers. And, you learn life things like compromising and, how to negotiate things as far as that goes,
Like the line for the bathroom. When you have to take a number 2, you're negotiating.
Yes.
I'm waiting.
Things that will definitely help you in your life as far as it goes.
Nothing gets you singing and dancing to the front of that line like a number 2.
Very, very true, which probably leads me to part of my life as far as that goes. You say dancing and stuff. So, yes. But, it's things like that. As I was raised by 2 terrific parents that took very good care of us. We felt loved, and even though it was a large family, we never wanted for anything, and we were always allowed to, be ourselves and seek out whatever we decided to do in life.
So there was never any discouragement. Like you could go and say, I want to play in the NFL. They'd go get you a helmet.
They would do whatever they possibly could.
Yeah.
To be honest, yes, I feel that way very strongly, and so it was a great way to grow up in that sense. And of course, you never won it for company because you always had it. It was always there. So things like that, and like I said, I think it helps shape the beginning parts of your life to motivate you to decide how you want to live your life and how far you want to go and stuff.
Okay. So what was your first job with these tools in your toolbox that your family gave you, and now you go and get a job? What's your first job?
Well, during high school, I guess it would have been, I did work for like a supermarket type of place early, like was my very first job. But I guess my real second or my real career job, so to speak, in the sense as far as figuring out things was I worked for a company which was a catalog jewelry business.
Okay.
And in that, you could, order things through the catalog, but it was a store that you could, actually provided it.
Okay. How far did you get in that job?
Actually, I started when my friends, we decided to get jobs for the seasonal, Christmas help, so to speak. So we we all decided that we were all going to go get jobs, and so they were hiring, and so we went down and applied, and we all each got a job in the company. And in that, that was probably junior year of high school. I probably worked it until, I worked through, they asked me to come back after the seasonal because it was only for, the season.
So was that a position that all of your friends wanted? They wanted to have the opportunity to stay on and they only gave it to
honestly, that's what happened. I believe they only winded up offering me a position back the next year or whatever. Needless to say, if they, my friends wanted the job or didn't want it, I don't think it mattered to them in that sense. Right. But I decided I would go back because I did enjoy it. And then the second, senior year or whatever, I did the same work as far as for the company, learning everything, as I could and things of that nature. When I finally graduated from high school, they offered me a position as far as to stay with them, and I took it up since it was going to be my first job. I figured I wasn't sure if I was going to go to college, and I decided I might as well start earning some money because, again, living in a house of 16, you decide early on that, you want to kind of get your own place and things of that nature. And
so I decided, that privacy.
Yeah. So I decided to go the work ethic way, and in that I accepted their offer and stayed with them. And then after a couple months or whatever, I worked my way in the company to probably the fourth position, which was payroll manager.
Payroll manager. How long did it take you to get there?
About 6 months after I started. Yeah, after I started with them full time. As far as
you just came there for seasonal help, and you're already moving up in places. That's nice.
Was it like a nice bump?
Yes. I mean, considering of the times, it's the early 80s or the beginning of the 80s, 70s, because I graduated in 79. So it was, at that time period. Of course, it was nothing to, rock the world. It wasn't like I was making millions of dollars. But,
kid fresh out of high school, though.
Yeah, it's something.
But it was my real first career and job, and I was enjoying it. And then, of course, I had power over everybody because I was their payroll manager. So, it gives you
felt good.
It gives you
whoever don't treat you nice don't get paid that week.
Right, exactly. You know how things can happen. So.
Yeah. I ain't signing that check.
So then why did you leave that job?
Well, actually, I left that job because I was offered a better job.
Okay.
And the reason it was a better job was it is the career that I am in still today and how I worked my way up to being the vice president of the company that we're talking about, Okay. And in that, it happened by the idea of that my brothers, it was a friend of the family's, I should say. His wife was considered our, 12th sister, so to speak. And she only lived down the block from where I lived. And her husband had started his own business early on. And my brothers happened to start working for him at that time. But I didn't really, I knew him but didn't know him. There were times that, I'd be up his house because of his wife, obviously, in the sense of being a friend, and she would have us all over. They always, what I like to say is that they had HBO, which was cable at the, cable. And
good old HBO.
It was almost like having the first TV on the block, you know what I mean? And everybody's going to,
no more radio.
All your neighbors are going to come and visit. So that's kind of what was going on there as far as that goes. And she loved having us because it gave her company as her husband, was a hard worker and was always working as well. So it just made it nice that way.
And then that was your first introduction to him. He was the guy with HBO.
Kind of, if you know what I mean. But then I got I got told by my brother to say he wanted to meet me because he wanted to offer me a job.
Okay. Well, why you? Why did he pick you?
Well, the way it worked out is that he wanted me to come in for an interview, which I did. And I was curious because, and I was feeling good about myself being the payroll manager. I thought, this is going to be my career forever. But in that company, I kind of knew that probably would have been the highest I would have gotten it because it was a technically family-owned company. And the other family members had the other 3 spots.
That was a dead end. You knew
Yes, in a way.
Can't sit here.
So, I'm weighing all my options, and I figured, well, even though I wasn't looking to go for another position, I thought, well, I might as well listen to them. My brothers worked there. The plus side would have been, hey, if I was working with my brothers, that could be fun. And I would get to meet him officially and, in that capacity. And so I decided to go for the interview. And when I did, he had said that the first thing he said out of his mouth was like, well, I'm a prick to work for.
Let's just address that.
Yeah, he's honest.
Yeah, you got to love that.
Yeah, honestly. And he said that, but if you can overlook that, I'll treat you well.
Yeah.
And so the way he was saying it and what I got from my brothers is that he was going to offer me the job. But I wanted to kind of play it cool and think like, well, I might as well try to make the best of this or whatever. I said, well, I'm in this position and I'm making, top bucks and,
Playing your hand.
Playing my hand, right,
Yeah.
exactly. And so he just looked at me and said, okay, well, what are you making? Well, of course, I'm new to all this to a degree, but I figured, I'm honest. So I wound up just telling him what I made.
He didn't help it.
He said, well, I'll bump you 5 more. And it was like, oh my God. In the back of my head, I'm screaming like,
What, $5 more an hour from where you were at?
From where I was.
And what year was this?
And this was 1980.
Oh, yeah. That's a small fortune.
Yeah, for me, yes.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? A kid from right out of basically, high school, it was as far as that goes.
Well, if it's 1980, you got to think of $5 an hour raises like a $20 an hour raise in today's money. It's got to be around there. So imagine, that's how I'm looking at it. Like somebody offered me like $20 more an hour to work, you're going to jump on that, right?
Well, I would agree, but let's not jump ahead too far because the money I was making at the other company wasn't maybe all that much.
It wasn't that much.
Yeah. Okay,
So I don't know.
So now you were making
For where I am now,
$6.
to what I was- yeah, exactly. So, but it really shocked me, and I appreciated his honesty, and I thought that this could work, so I decided to take him up on the offer.
Well, let's touch on the fact that like you going in there with that confidence because you had that backup job to be able to get that $5 an hour. When you walked into that meeting with him, was it like I didn't care if I got this or not?
Oh, absolutely.
Yeah.
I had no delusions if, in fact, like I said, it wasn't going to change my world because I already was employed at the time. And if it was something that I didn't like or the idea of he was going to pay me less or, the same or whatever, I don't know if I would have made the change. But I think the way he presented himself, and like I said, I never had somebody say that to me as far as, it just made me think like this could be fun.
Now, this meeting, was this your first encounter with him, like one-on-one?
Well, I can't say that. I had other experience or other times that I have seen him. Again, when I was talking about his wife and them living up the block and them having HBO, we would be up there watching TV. He would come in from wherever, he was coming, from work or whatever. And he would always step over, as he always had, a couple of the Rosses as he went into his kitchen, And as a married man and, having my own home and all, I certainly can understand when you come home from a hard day's work, the last thing you want sometimes is a house full of company.
He should have never got HBO then. That's his own fault.
Right, exactly. Yeah. But, so in that, I really never really formally met him. Other than him, walking by as his, this big guy in a sense and going past us. Of course I knew who he was and all. So, but the one time I remember distinctly he came in and said, as he was stepping over us, boy, you Rosses are always here or whatever. And that just made me laugh in my head as far as I guess, because his last part of the comment was, and I need a drink. So the wise ass that I thought I was, young buck, and I just said, well, I could use a drink, and I could probably even outdrink you.
Oh, come right at him. Came at him in his own
Because
home.
I figured it would break, I mean, I know he seemed tense because, again, maybe we were there or whatever, but I figured maybe it would lighten the mood and, and it kind of worked because he totally shocked me. He turned around and said, okay, I'm pouring. Let's see.
Oh, wow.
And the challenge begins.
Were you shitting your pants at that point? Like, I got to actually do this?
No. Again, being a young buck, I just thought that.
Free liquor?
Free liquor. I can do
show him. I'm going to show him.
I can do this as far as that goes. And, I can handle my liquor, sure. A couple hours later after killing a bottle of Crown, I think it was Crown Royal that he drank.
My guy.
Or Canadian Club, I think it was.
Canadian Club?
Yeah, I think I remember seeing that around the house.
Yeah, Canadian Club was his choice of whiskey. And, after killing the bottle with him or whatever, of course, I was dragged home by my two brothers with one of my eyes shut, being so drunk as I was leaving.
Did you win?
I thought I did. I thought
Somebody remembers.
I don't remember what he looked like at the time, but I thought I did.
It was to see the other guy.
Exactly. So it was, I guess in a way it was like, it just, one of those fun nights that just probably made his night, because he probably had somebody to drink with at that time, as far as. And
that's all part of him, like, kind of liking you. And did you think that helped you get the job, just hanging out with the owner and then being able to have a few drinks with him?
No, actually, what I feel that got me the job was, and of course he had said this to me later, was that we used to go out dancing every Sunday night in high school, and then out of high school, I would go Sunday nights to the Concord.
What's the Concord?
It used to be like a dance hall for teenagers,
okay.
Young people, as far as that goes. It wasn't a club. It was a skating ring that played disco music at the time.
Right.
And disco was real big at that time. So, we really enjoyed it as, high school kids and then, graduating, like I said. So in that, we would always dress to the nines, to go out dancing. Again, that would be like putting your Sunday best on,
Right.
And I mean, in that era, what would that look like?
Well, I'm sure your audience has probably seen the movies Saturday Night Fever.
Okay, John.
Good old John Travolta.
Just like that. I mean, it really was. I mean, that's how,
The big collars, the platforms, all that.
Well, I didn't have to wear the platforms because I was tall.
Yeah, you're a tall guy.
But, the outfits, the silk shirts and things like that.
Looking like Fabio out there. Look at him go.
Suit coats, which, as you can see, I'm still wearing. So,
they still fit.
Yeah, exactly. But, I wish. But, no, but like I said, you would just try to dress up nicer to, go to a dance, and you would meet women or girls at the time, when I was younger. So
chasing that tail.
It was always fun. It was a lot of fun to be actually, and I'm sad to see that you don't have those any longer. Like there's no places that I know that give kids the opportunity to meet up and.
Well, when
socialize without anything, like drinking, drugs, whatever.
Well, when we were growing up, it was the Boys and Girls Club kind of had something like that. I don't know if they do it anymore, but you're right. There's not them holes anymore, them dance holes.
Right.
That don't offer liquor. And it's just strictly about dancing, hanging out, having a good time.
Exactly.
Well, I need liquor to be brave to dance, so I'm sorry. I will not be at that dance hall.
Well, I didn't say it was totally...
hey, well, yeah, you have your little flask in your coat, I would imagine.
With that tight-ass 70s outfit, where are you fitting the flask?
Said,
Big Eddie.
Do you keep your wallet in your front pocket? What is this?
It was in the back of the bus because we didn't have cars at that time. It was, like I said, I'm not a choir boy, but to say that, I'm not promoting drinking.
Yeah.
But,
Right.
Liquid courage helps sometimes.
And with that being said, cheers.
But but to get back to my story with him was that he must have seen me going to these dances a few times because a little bit later when I was working for him, he said the reason I hired you, he said, because you dress really well. And I said, oh. And I'm thinking, I'm looking at the outfit I'm wearing, and I was a copy boy at the time, and I'm thinking, like, oh, really? He thinks this is great.
Yeah.
And I think he realized the look I was looking at him, and he said, no, you don't get me. You would always go to the dances, and you would always come out of your house, and you always looked, dressed to the nines. And, I just thought, wow, you would always make a good face to the company going out and representing us.
So he saw how well you cleaned up and what you were capable of when you wanted to look good, and he knew he could use that.
Yes. Or he liked it, and then
you weren't out representing
right,
sloppy.
Exactly. He knew if I had to go out and put me out on the street or whatever, and then that would work to his benefit, I would imagine, and my own, obviously. So, because I always felt that way myself. The better you dressed, you never know the opportunities may happen or whatever for you. So
yeah. I mean that's like an old saying too, like dress for the job you want, not the job you have, and you were doing that back then, not even realizing it, just going to dances, trying to pick up girls, and you had the outfit on. He just seen it, happened to see it,
and I did it without YouTube. Do you believe it?
Yeah, we can believe it.
So you get the job, you get that whopping $5 more an hour.
Yes.
Back then. Where does he start you out? What's your position?
I worked in what they considered to be the copy room.
Okay.
Because
started out as a copy boy.
A copy boy. Again, because we work for attorneys and getting the records for litigation. You're totally filled an office up with records that had to be back then physically copied into sets of records for the attorneys to use at trial and things of that nature. So it was a lot of work, a lot of hours down in the basement, on 2nd Street, and
was it a small company then at that time?
At that time, yeah, it was. He had just started less than a year before I joined, as far as that goes. So, so we were all kind of like in the beginning of the company.
So all growing together.
All growing together, and seeing if this was even going to succeed as a company. I'm sure he worried about that many times as far as that.
So he probably appreciated your long hours and helping him grow. Like, did you not treat it like a paycheck and like you were a part of a business that needed to grow?
Again, thinking, having my brothers working there at that time and him himself, I did. I really did take that concept to heart as far as that. Like, this was something that was brand new to all of us technically.
Yeah.
And it was a lot of fun. There's no two ways about it. I mean, it is fun, working with your brothers. You know yourselves. You know what makes you laugh. You know what you can get away with and things of that nature.
Get rid of them Ross boys. They're in his house now.
They're here, man. Can't beat them. Join them. Shit.
Might as well hire them. Give them jobs.
Right. We're going to put you to work.
Honestly, I think that's what he's saying. He's a job pool.
How can I see this?
He wanted you all to get your own HBO. He had to pay you well.
Get out of my house.
I never thought of that, but that's probably what
it's not the dressing. Just get out.
Hey, he didn't like the outfit. He liked the idea of you getting your own HBO. So we go copy boy. You're copy boy. How long did you do that?
I'm sure a couple of years or a year or so or whatever.
So what was your next position, and do you remember how the owner approached it?
Yeah, well, on that note, he just came down and said, you're going out on the street. Just like that. It was like, because he needed someone to go out on the road and deliver and
show face.
Well, again, show face, but, so he said, you just have to dress up a little bit better.
Kind of the reason he hired you.
Right, exactly. He said, now this is going to come into play. And around that time, I think that's when he told me the story, as, he offered me that. And he said, look, I'll bump you up a little bit, and, you go out and you do this now for us as far as that, which I thought was great. I thought it was a great opportunity, gave me another aspect of the company I didn't know. And, so I was happy to do it. Plus, I got to dress up a little nicer, which was nice. And
that always feels good.
And, of course, to get out of the basement into fresh air was like,
get some sunlight, yes.
I would have taken the job just for the fresh air as far as that goes. But,
you were probably at that point like I got to get away from these Rosses.
Well, by then, my brothers had moved on. Each of them had
left the company.
Two of them had left the company at that point.
Okay.
So I think that's why, like I said, but he gave me the opportunity and said, this is what I need you to do for us. And, so we did. So I did, and it was great. And the good thing about that, it opened up another world to me as far as, getting to learn town even better than I did at, the little world that you live in.
Right.
You don't go so far off your block, so to speak. And, now I was all over the city with respects. And, and we also had like a contract with the district attorney's office where they needed somebody to come in with records and testify in court that these were true and correct records, from the...
And that was you?
And I happened to land that position with this job and had now that was a whole new world.
How old were you when you were doing that? Like testifying in court with the records?
Yeah. I mean, it sounds, but it's more, it sounds, oh my God, court. Oh,
nervous.
Right. But you're nervous just because you're going up on a stand and never done that before in my life,
I can only imagine.
But, you've grown accustomed to it and you learn the little tricks of the trade as far as I used to go in and I finally discovered that if you talk to both the plaintiff's attorney and the district attorney about the records, and we'd go to them and say, well, look, I'm only here for so-and-so and these are these records. And they're really kept in the course of a normal business day. Can I get out of testifying? Because I don't know how much more I could say to that.
Right.
And they would look at me and say, okay. And I get them two together and they would agree, like, okay, we agree. You are who you are. And, we'll accept that. And then they would just present those records and the evidence to the judge without me necessarily.
So if either one of them argued the fact, then that's when you would be needed. But if you can get them to agree.
Great, then it would work out. But normally, I know for a fact that, it's probably something I shouldn't have been doing, but it worked out for me as far as that goes, because otherwise you would have to wait around. You might have to come back if there's a continuance in the court case or whatever. And so things of that nature.
When you got out of that, did you go right back to the office or did you hang out downtown a little bit, maybe grab a sandwich?
Did you have downtime?
No, I definitely worked nonstop as far as that goes. Of course, I had lunch and things of that nature. But to say, no, I truly enjoyed it. And, I didn't mind going back because it was a full day of work outside.
Okay.
And then I would just come back to the office to finish up some paperwork or whatever and then, call it a day. So, no, I didn't mind that so much. But I know what you're saying. As far as you have a little bit more leeway. But again, you were your own boss. So
that's what I'm getting at. Sometimes when you do get that leeway, that's when people kind of mess up a little bit. When you have to be your own boss, you have to reel yourself back in with nobody watching you. So like you made the decision to go back to work and continue to work, where somebody who wouldn't have climbed the ladder you climb may have hung out downtown and gotten...
Yeah, took advantage.
Yeah, took advantage of it.
Possibly true. And again, I also feel like it's one more step in my ladder of climbing, as you're saying, to that I learned that, you're right. Most people like the opportunity to shine and just do their job. And I think a lot of times that, management can stifle that, or they can themselves self-destruct, like you're saying, in the sense of
let me get my free time.
Screwing off.
Let me go.
You know what I mean? And then the boss is always looking, well, where is he? Or why isn't he back? Or things of that nature. And of course, time's money in a company. Mm-hmm. And that's what they hired you for. And they're paying you a salary. You should provide that to them. And again, I feel like, having a good work ethic to go into anything you do is the best policy. It will lead to, hopefully, success for you.
Yeah. Yeah. I'm going to pour some
Ooh, he needs a mixer, folks.
Lemonade.
He needs some splash of flavor.
Now, Ed recommended lemonade with this. And I'm going to have some because it's just getting
it's
too hard
just
for me.
he don't like the memories.
Does anybody else want lemonade in there?
No, I'm fine.
No?
Well, since we don't have orange soda, I'll skip. Thank you.
He likes this with a little soda pop.
All right. So now you're man on the street, right? What's the next position?
Well, I guess it was I was brought in at that point to run one side of the business, I should say.
Oh, well, that's a big responsibility to jump from man on the street to running a side of the business.
True, but this one just was more like, well, I need this position filled, so I'm going to put you in it.
So you have
I
two
think
positions.
you're selling yourself short. There probably was other choices or options. He picked you. Come on.
No, well, whatever in that respect or whatever. But again, this is where I go back to saying where, learn everything you possibly can because it can benefit you.
Yeah.
And that's where I found myself. It was, due to either people leaving or, not having someone there for this position or whatever. I just seemed to fit the bill, which was great. I'm sure I got a slight raise with it or whatever. But it was more of a, hey, take this responsibility on now, because A, B, and C.
At the time, did you feel like it was important to you? Like as a younger man, were you like, wow, he's letting me run this?
Oh, of course, because, at that point I was married with, maybe a couple
My
children.
mom.
One of them sitting, one sitting across from me, it was a mouth that I had to feed. So,
I was hungry.
He's got a big
I
mouth.
was hungry.
and of course, any benefit or raise or whatever certainly helped the family, so to speak. And I was totally grateful for it.
Yeah.
And,
And you would say is that a big part of your drive? The transition in the drive came from your family when you're younger, right? And now it transitions into the family you're creating.
Oh, absolutely, yeah. Because you only want to succeed in life to take care of your family. If you're a married man and you have children, you want to do right by them and give them the things that maybe you didn't have as a child or whatever, or just the idea that you want to be a good father and take care of them and things of that nature. So
with every promotion, did you have your family in mind? Like, oh, this is great for us.
Yeah, absolutely. Because, look, any rise to any position that you're in or whatever, there's always hurdles and problems and griefs and, things in companies, stress, things of that nature. Sacrifice and long hours and things like that. And, but it's the trade-off that you decide that you will do to, benefit you, family, and then yourself.
Yeah.
In the end, because I look at it like I do it for them, I mean, if it was me, I'd be on the couch, 24/7, I guess, watching TV and, relaxing. But, that's not the way life works. So, I do it for them,
Yeah.
And we thank you.
So would you say at this point you're halfway up your climb to where you were at, or are you getting where are you in this ladder?
Well, yeah, probably at that point I was probably halfway until I think, after a certain period of time or whatever, I think he, and of course from knowing him and things of that, that he really appreciated my hard work. And I think he wanted to reward me with respects to saying that, hey, you earned it. He offered me to be the vice president of the company as far as that.
Oh, wow.
Because at that point I would have probably known either how to do most of the jobs in the company.
So there was no other positions in between running part of the company to vice president? That was just, or did you just slowly get responsibilities until it made sense to?
Well, in that end, yeah. I guess after I shown him that I knew what the company was all about and what all the jobs were that I was doing, be it asked or not, just because, again, my personality was to keep on working as hard as I possibly can, since I didn't decide to go to college and make a career, so to speak. I figured this was my career, and I took it seriously and wanted to do better for my life and my family's life. And I think he recognized that early on, and decided to give me the title of vice president because he thought I earned it. After all the years that I put in for him. So.
Now, during this climb, was there mistakes? Can you tell people what not to do?
And I'm sure there's that. Let's get into that. Now it's interesting to me.
Yeah, right. You want to hear all
Being
about
your son,
being
of
my
course.
son, of course, he would want to know these. But
what did Daddy do wrong?
Yeah, exactly. Well, no, yes, of course, in any business, any job that you're doing or whatever, I'm sure that there are times that go on like that. But there's one incident I remember clearly that it was we had a big company function that we were taking another company out to the casinos. back then, as now maybe, as far as we rented a luxury bus and got all our clients and ourselves on the bus, and a few, select people from the office as far as, management and stuff like that, because we were going to wine and dine them, so to speak.
We're going to woo, folks.
And, of course, when they said, we're going to Atlantic City, it was like right up my alley. I do enjoy the casino. So I thought it was great. And of course I was younger. So it was like, you didn't get down to Atlantic City as often as you could, of course, having a family and all. So, but to say that I was looking forward to this big time, as well as the idea that it's a company function. They're paying for everything technically. I only need to bring my spending cash and, but they were, providing dinner, drinks, casino, everything.
So you just have tip money.
Yeah, exactly.
Basically.
Did you put on one of them disco outfits? Was
was the collar brought out? Was the collar broken out?
At this point, I'm wearing suits, so I'm
okay.
Oh, he's established. He's already the guy.
I'm really content that way. So, but we get down there, and it's like I said, it's first class restaurant. We eat, and then we go. I believe it was the Tropicana at the time, and we went there, to go around and hobnob with our clients, as well as, everybody was going to go, as once you go into a casino, you kind of go on your own because you're gambling to your machines or whatever. Well, it was the first time I got to actually play roulette, the wheel.
Oh, okay.
And of course, this is after eating and drinking the free drinks.
You're feeling good. You're feeling good.
I was feeling real well as far as that goes. And of course, a couple of our employees were with us, at the table, playing the same. And I started to get on a winning streak.
All right.
Now again, back then, it was decent money that I was winning, and I was really happy, needless to say.
It was a good night. It sounds like a good night so far. How did it go wrong?
It was a great night, but like
show us the pet.
But like any bus trip or company function,
right?
There's a time limit involved, and that's what I decided I was going to overlook to some degree, because after having won X amount, you don't want to stop your winning streak and leave, because people are coming by saying it's time to get on the bus. Time to get on the bus. But I was sitting there thinking, like, well, I'm winning so much money here. I could probably pay for a limo and go home.
Now, is this just you or other people from the company with you still playing, or just you?
Me and one other fella, as far as that goes.
Okay.
And,
was he egging you on? Was he like, yeah, F this company?
No, we got this.
We were playing the numbers the same, so he was winning just as much. So, I think it was mutual in that respect.
Yeah, like you both gave each other the look like, we're going to do this as long as possible.
We're finna to get fired tonight.
Well,
but we could win it all.
Might not need jobs.
It's not
a concern right now.
Not what we were going for, but the idea was like I think we just forgot ourselves in a sense. In the moment, it was hey, the liquor was kicking in, we were winning, and all's right with the world. How we get home wasn't our first priority, but we did forget that it was a company function as opposed
that part
to,
slipped
and
away.
We should have thought about our clients, that we were trying to impress.
So they're waiting for you now? Your clients are waiting?
So now, yes, they're waiting for us, and they finally send somebody in to get us. And he says, you got to get to the bus.
Now, is this him coming? The owner said.
The owner wants to see you. And I think with that, the reality sunk in, like, oh, crap, I think we overstepped our boundaries here, and, I think I sobered up real quick. So
that must have been a long walk.
Yeah,
well, in a way, because now I'm thinking, like, I just lost my job. This is probably
it. Yeah.
I totally forgot that this was a company function, not a family thing. I'm taking the bus down to Atlantic City and getting the free quarters and things of that nature. And like I said, I think I realized, like, I did screw up. That's all there is to
Now,
it.
were you and the other guy looking at each other like, coming to this realization together, or is it just like, oh no?
Oh,
or
no,
did you both look at each other
like you go first,
yeah, you go, and then next thing you know, you're pushing each other onto the bus.
and then you're fighting in front of everybody.
No. I really felt, we both probably felt the same way. Like, we did fuck up, to be honest.
Right.
In the end, we get outside and we come into the bus, and the owner's standing outside, and I can see that he's hot. Like, and I don't blame him. I mean, I'm,
got the smoke coming from the ears,
and he's pointing to the ground like, you get here right now, like
like a father. Like, get over.
Well, he was like, like a father, or a military man. It was
right. You done did it.
Get right here to the spot. So he gets us in front of him, and he says, I can't believe you embarrassed me like this. As far as that goes, and again, that's what it is. It was an embarrassment because they're all waiting.
Yeah.
So we feel horrible. Of course, we're saying we're sorry and of that nature, and so he ushers us on the bus. And again, not knowing if I just lost my job, because I wouldn't have blamed them if he decided that if this went wrong and, whatever, then, we would be the scapegoats for the problem that we caused. But of course, we get on the bus and, everybody's 3 sheets to the wind or whatever. And so
no one really seems upset.
I'm like looking around thinking like, well, how much damage could we have done? They're all laughing and singing and having a great time, maybe it helped. Who knows,
Right.
So
I don't know. I don't know if it did, but you're lucky they were in good spirits.
But honestly, I can say that, and it was a very long ride home. Did
you not know you were going to have a job by the end of that?
Right, because of course the owner wasn't talking to us at the time or whatever on the bus ride or whatever, and of course me and my friend separated in that respect. So
we're not good together.
Yeah. So
it's probably for the best.
Keep the pressure, or maybe get lost in the crowd, that kind of deal. And then before we got home to the office or whatever, he came over and sat next to me, and he said, I really maybe I lost my head here a little bit because everybody seems like they're really
still
enjoy
in the good
themselves
spirits,
and all that. He said, but you shouldn't do this because it doesn't represent the company the way I thought it you should in that respect. And I said, hey, look, I truly believe that, and I do apologize and all. And he said, and you're really young. The other guy was older. He should have known.
Oh, so your buddy wound up catching the heat.
He did push him on the bus.
Now, does that guy still work there, or did he get fired?
No, he did work for us, as far as that went. So, but I just thought that was hilarious. I'm thinking,
I'm saved again.
I'm saved. He's getting the blame.
Yeah.
But,
did you agree with him? Like, he's the older one.
Yeah, right.
I had no idea what I was doing. He actually told me to gamble.
No,
I didn't even know how to play the game.
No, I didn't play dumb. I just, I took my responsibility.
That's why he likes you.
It was kind of funny, but it was indicative to our relationship. I mean, I could screw up, but he always looked at it as, hey, at least you tried.
Yeah,
he was one of those guys that was like that, and
I think you need that.
Yeah, absolutely.
I mean, they're like, everybody makes mistakes. And you got to have patience and to grow somebody. I mean, it sounds like he kind of like sculpted you for this position a little bit, maybe.
Oh, absolutely.
Yeah.
No, absolutely. No, I give him a lot of credit. We learned a lot. We used to say that my personality was the missing personality in him, and his personality was the missing one in me.
Yeah.
And we made one person to a degree because we would think alike on certain things, and it really worked out. And again, I think if I could give any advice to people coming up or whatever, is be willing to work. Like, it's not a dirty word. It's something you need to do, and you will do in your life anyway. I don't care who you are, unless you hit the lottery. But even that, I'm sure there's work involved in that.
Yeah.
But to embrace yourself to a place if you're enjoying it, and it's reciprocated back, and you feel that, and you can, you could possibly go a long way, because we're all human. We all look to, stay in our section, so to speak, or the people that we relate to and all, and it's a good thing as far as that goes, I think, when it comes to work, strictly, on that aspect. I think it could benefit anybody, especially young guys that unfortunately may not go to college like I did or whatever, but you can work your way up.
So the instant, people don't look for the instant gratification. Get somewhere that you can grow.
Yes.
And stick with it and work hard. It doesn't happen overnight.
Correct. Yeah. I would agree with that.
Well put.
Thank you.
Yeah. And so let's recap. First, go to the guy's house who has HBO. Things work out. Secondly, work hard. Stick in a position where you're comfortable. Like, you just kind of sum that up beautifully. It didn't happen overnight for you.
No.
It was definitely slow, and it took a long time to get there. And you did probably a whole bunch of times of no call outs. Handed in some vacation time back, proving yourself.
Yes.
Yeah.
Absolutely. I mean, not to become a slave to a company, so to speak, or but to the idea to show that you're willing to do what it takes to get the job done, and not make it, that's not my job or whatever.
Yeah.
Because I always felt that that would get me further in life than choosing those attitudes going into it.
See a need, fill a need.
Exactly. I think that what you said right there is key. It's a mindset, really. It's not just like, hey, I'm here to get my paycheck and go home. You're building something. You're growing something as a whole, as a group.
Yes. Yes, totally. I would agree with that.
That's awesome.
All right,
and if I can say that, I hope
you cannot.
instill that to my son.
He wants to give me some father advice on air.
Right,
go ahead, Dad.
Yeah.
Let's go, Daddy. Drop it.
Dress better.
You need bigger collars.
Where's your belt bottoms?
Do you have rhythm? Skibby doo boop bop bow.
Go to the local dance hall with your bell bottoms.
I think that's shit done sale, but I hear you, Pop. I hear you.
That just goes to show you there's one more thing that didn't go well. So.
You're a work in progress.
Yes, I'm still working, and I'm 40 now.
I meant for me.
Disappointment.
Well, he's great as a manager, but not as a father. Nah, teasing.
So
I
how are we
love
feeling
him.
about the alcohol still? Anybody changing the rating?
No, absolutely not. It's still the hard 4, I believe. I think I gave it, but if not, then I guess it is changing.
I think it goes really well with the lemonade. Thanks for the suggestion, Ed.
Rick always loves splashes of flavor. He loves that. Like, now it changed. It's not so... As I'm drinking hairspray.
I can still taste it in lemonade. It doesn't fully cut.
Yeah, I can bet it's like a fucking karate kick to the face, bro.
All right, so we're all sticking with our ratings?
Yes, absolutely. Don't mind. No, it's not my favorite.
Ed, did you prepare a quote for the show?
Do you have a quote?
Quote.
Does he have a quote?
You don't have to have one.
You don't even need one. You said it all. If you ask me. Like, that's because you're my dad.
If you have anything inspirational anybody's ever said.
Sure. No, I do, I guess, in a way. As, like I said, in the spirit of, like I said, working hard and going through life and working for, someone who I loved and enjoyed, still working for it. But he always used to say to me when he was, say, angry, pissed off, whatever, he would say, well, if you were so smart, why are you working for me?
That's such a good line.
Wait. So I would always say back to him, well, I work on being the best person I am. I'd rather be that than a 10th rate executive.
Okay. All right. There's the quote.
Risky, but you did it.
So it's a combination of something that your mentor and you came up with together.
Right. Yeah. Ball busting.
Right. And you say it after phone calls.
Of course, I wouldn't have said that day one.
I hope not. I wouldn't have clothes on my back, folks.
But after years and years of working,
you
you become comfortable with each other, and like you would say those things, and again, it was just to get aroused or
kick out of each other,
busting your stones, like I said, and,
right.
Perfect. All right, Ed, are you ready for the next part of the show? It's a game show. We're going to take a break before it, but get yourself ready. Get yourself
suit up.
These questions are hard. All right, we're going to go to a commercial break. When we get back, we're going to do Stump the Goat.
Ooh, let's go. Hi, this is the part of the show we're going to let you in on a little secret about my co-host, Rick Renson. Rick Renson is a real estate agent with Century 21 Advantage Gold.
Closing costs got you down? Don't want to break the bank to get into your new home? Contact me to talk about how we can get you assistance through programs and grants. Your dream house doesn't have to be a dream. Looking to sell your home? Get a free market evaluation when you contact me and use code GOAT. That's right, completely free. With code GOAT. No obligations, no charges. Call me at 215-806-6766. Again, that's 215-806-6766. Or email me at rick.renton@g21ag.com.
Century 21!
Welcome to Stump the Goat, the game show where our guest has the opportunity to take home a bottle of his favorite beverage. This is a 4-round game. The guest has 2 out of 3 correct answers to win the round.
Stolies!
Yeah. Viewers, please drink at your own discretion or responsibility, whatever. Here's your host, Josh Ross.
Thank you. Settle down. I tell you every week to settle down. You're too much, and I appreciate you. But we are ready for the game. Eddie is our contestant today. Eddie, are you ready to play Stump the Goat?
I hope so.
Well, you sound ready. Not really, but we're going to make you play anyway. Anyway, the first round consists of true or false questions. There will be 3 questions. Are you ready to play our game, Stump the Goat?
Yes, I am.
Oh, he's ready to play, folks, and let's get right into it with question number 1. President Washington never lived in Washington, D.C. True or false?
True.
Survey says...
Absolutely correct.
So correct. It is not funny. Look at you go. Okay, you have question number 1 right. Moving along for your bottle to go home with. To question number 2. Before producing vehicles, Toyota started selling horse and carriages. True or false?
You need to hear that again?
True.
Survey says... You're false. You're false.
How to make it interesting.
Well, fun fact, Ed. They started out selling sewing machines. The name was spelled Toyota, T-O-Y-O-D-A, back in the day.
Ooh, did you hear that? Sewing machines. No holes in your
I would
shirt.
have thought that, yeah.
Yeah, exactly.
And now they're taking your Cadillac converters. All right, moving right along to question number 3. The longest river in the world is the Amazon River. True or false?
True.
Survey says...
Oh, it was a trick question.
But the correct answer was the Amazon is the longest river. Is the largest river, and the Nile is the longest river.
Sometimes it's about width, not girth.
Ooh, got to get to the spot, or at least spread it out.
That's by drinking,
Oh, it's the Stolies. He don't know the facts, and we're moving right along.
Welcome to the second round. This round consists of quotes. We're going to read you some quotes. Name the person in multiple choice that said that quote.
Okay, are you ready to play round number 2? And it's quotes. Are you ready to play, contestant?
Yes.
Ooh, he's ready. He doesn't sound ready. He wasn't really ready in the first round from the answers he gave. But we're moving along. Question number 1 of quotes is, being a president is like being the groundskeeper in a cemetery. There are a lot of people under you, but none of them are listening. Was that A, John Adams, B, Bill Clinton, C, Ronald Reagan, or D, Joe Biden? Do you need me to repeat?
Let him think. Let him think.
Give him time, folks.
Yes.
Yes, what?
Repeat.
Yes, repeat. Yes,
It was a
repeat.
yes or no question?
I was like, no, sorry.
No, it's John Adams.
John Adams, survey says... No, Eddie. He does not know his president quotes. That was Bill Clinton.
Bill Clinton.
Saxophone guy. Maybe had a little incident with a lady. I don't know. I don't know.
We could have made that easier by saying, I had no relations with that woman.
I blow the sax. I don't do that. No, thank you very much. You have a light for my cigar. Moving right along to question number 2. Some people tap their feet, some people snap their fingers, and some sway back and forth. I just sort of do them all, I guess. Was that A, Elon Musk, B, James Brown, C, Elvis Presley, or D, Mick Jagger?
Think about it, Ed.
Do you need me to repeat? Know your tunes. You used to dance. Scooty doo boo bop boo doo 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 doo. John Travolta.
No, they don't jump. He ain't even a.
Yeah, he's not even. Well, I'm trying to give him 70s. Sorry, sir. We're moving right along. Do you need me to read that?
Yes, because you threw me off.
I threw you off with that little dumb joke that didn't work. Okay, thanks, Rick. Okay, question A: Elon Musk. B. James Brown. C. Elvis Presley. D. Mick Jagger.
Do you need the quote again? The quote.
And the quote.
Yeah. Yeah.
Well, I guess that Stolies is doing its thing.
We're not used to this
My
stuff.
fault. Yeah, we're not used to this harsh.
Don't you
liquor.
do what you did that owner? I'm not walking away with one eye. And
All right, folks. Back to question number 2. I'll read it again. Some people tap their feet. Some people snap their fingers. And some people sway back and forth. I just sort of do them all together, I guess. Was that A, Elon Musk, B, James Brown, C, Elvis Presley, or D, Mick Jagger?
I'll go with Mick.
Mick? You can't always get... No! You can't always get the right answer. You can't always get the right answer. Sorry, Eddie, but no, the correct answer was C, Elvis Presley.
they were all good. They were all good choices, though. Like
No,
I would have thought James Brown. You thought Mick.
That's who I.
They're all a snapping and a shaking.
Yeah,
I was originally thinking that, but that's not what you wrote down on the paper.
Ooh.
No,
You gave him the answers? You gave him the answers? All right. Are you ready to play question number 3?
Yes.
You sure? This time?
I'm going to really try this.
Now you focus, you son of a gun.
you were trying the whole time.
He wasn't. He was just doing him. Look at him. All right. Question number 3. I phoned my grandparents, and my grandfather said, we saw your movie. Which one? I said. He shouted, Betty, what was that movie I didn't like? Was that A, John Travolta, B, James Dean, C, Mark Wahlberg, or was it D, Brad Pitt?
Read that again.
The quote?
Yeah.
Okay, sorry, folks. We're going to do that again because he's old.
Yeah.
No, I'm kidding. Teasing.
No, because when you said I phoned, it sounded like
iPhone. I called my
there you go.
grandparents, and my grandfather said, we saw your movie. Which one? I said. He shouted, Betty, what was the name of that movie I didn't like? Was that A, John Travolta, B, James Dean, C, Mark Wahlberg, or was it D, Brad Pitt?
I'll go with. Yeah, no.
He's thinking.
Yeah, I know.
Who says these movie quotes? We don't even watch.
Well, they all
movies.
kind of have shitty movies.
No, they don't.
Let's walk them through.
Speak for yourself.
John Travolta, Saturday
Shitty.
Night Live.
I know that was a
your
hit for you,
favorite.
sir.
No, I know, but I was on the idea of which one has a mom named Betty.
Well, I don't
Wait,
know.
do you know all their mom names?
Well, I do know the answer, but I'm not going to say. But
So let's walk.
I don't know who the
John
hell Betty
Travolta, shitty movie, Saturday Night Live. James Dean. What's
I'm the
shitty
guy
movie?
with the
Him?
coat and the speed car. Didn't he have that one movie with a car? No.
Yeah, he was like the car guy, right? James
No?
Dean.
The young rat boy.
Yeah.
Yeah, I'm a badass. And if you're a badass, you have a car.
He died pretty young. He didn't have a chance to make too many shitty movies.
Right, of course.
Mark
Was he the first
Wahlberg. Name a
27-year-old?
shitty Mark Wahlberg movie.
All of them? What? Give me a good
I
one.
think I'll go with him.
Mark Wahlberg. Wait. We have
No,
Brad Pitt.
Pitt, right.
Brad Pitt.
We have
He's got like a bunch of
every great movie that ever happened. What?
He does
Nick,
have a
give me
lot
a
of-
shitty. Give me a
No,
shitty Brad
no,
Pitt.
no,
I just want to know what's a shitty Brad Pitt.
I'm going to stick with
Legends of the Falls. I agree.
I'm going to stick with my answer.
Go.
Brad Pitt.
That's it. Survey says. He got the mom named Betty.
Have you never seen Fight Club? Why would you even think it? How did
You
get
thought that was a bad movie? You thought Fight Club was a bad movie?
No, amazing movie.
Oh, okay. Let's get that shit straight. Okay. Oh, jeez.
All right, we're on to the third round. Third round is statistics. Multiple choice.
Okay, Eddie, are you ready to play round 3 statistics?
Well, hopefully I can redeem myself.
Let's see if he can bring it back, folks. Can he bring it back? I don't know. Let's give him a round of applause for just the shits. Just the shits, because he hasn't done anything exciting yet. But this round, I believe he's going to nail it. I hope he nails it because he's my father and he better stop embarrassing me. Okay, are you ready for question number 1 of round 3?
Let's go.
Okay, he's ready, and we're getting right into it, folks. Let's go. What percentage of Americans live in major cities? Is it A, 67%, B, 83%, D, 97%? How many motherfuckers live here?
Wait, that's a different percentage.
Well, that's just my closing.
How many motherfuckers live here is a whole different percentage.
That's
It's a
it.
high
What?
percentage. I feel
E?
like at one
Question
time
E.
we're all motherfuckers, right?
Well, give or take. Well, in my eyes, always.
I'm going to need those.
Okay, you might. Yeah, I'll read it again. I'm sorry.
Yeah, go.
Let me slow it down. Question number 1. What percentage of Americans live in major cities? Is it A, 60%? 67%, sorry. B, 83%? Or is it C, 92%? Or D, 97%?
I'll go with 83.
He's going with 83 in the survey says.
What do we have here?
He knows his percentages.
I'm on a
Okay,
roll.
all right. You
Yeah.
are on a roll, so let's keep it moving to question number 2.
Wait, I got a fun fact
You
about
have a
this. Don't
fun fact.
deny
You do.
my fun fact.
I'm trying not
All
to.
right. It's up to 64% from 1950.
Ooh.
By 2050, 89% of U.S. population and 68% of the world population will be projected to live in urban areas. I'm too drunk for fun facts. Why you let me do this?
He has astigmatism, folks. I don't even know if it's the alcohol or it's his good seeing.
Yeah, I have my glasses on. It's drunkmatism.
Yeah, well, we got to renew your prescription. Okay, all right. You good? You ready with that fun fact? Moving on to question number 3. Question number 3. You ready, sir?
Yes, sir.
Are you ready?
Yes.
I'm checking on me. Am I ready? Give me a minute. I thought he would give me a little more. All right. Question number 3. Okay. Sorry. Question number
Got
3.
that on my shoulder.
Well, it's showbiz. Deal with it. Don't mention it. Okay. Now going with question number 3. Where is most of the world's wine made? Is it A, Brazil?
Wait. You skipped a question.
Did I? Oh, yes, I did, folks.
He's
yes,
drunk, guys. It's happening.
It's happening all over again. Oh, my goodness, I can't find my place.
Let's go to question number 2.
My glasses ain't working. Sorry, folks, I'm so happy you're still with us. Okay, moving on to question number 2.
I was hoping the Stolies would help me.
Do you want more Stolies?
Sure.
Yeah, we definitely need more Stolies to get us through this segment.
Yeah, let's.
I'm on a roll, so yes.
You got one question.
No, I got 2 in a row.
He's got
Two in a row. 2 in a row.
Well, good for you,
Go
Eddie.
for a hat trick next. Let's go.
Oh, let's go. He knows his hockey.
I'm mixing mine with some lemonade. You guys want a lemonade or no? You good?
No. Let's keep playing.
So I'm the only one here
Yeah.
that's. Yeah, okay.
Yeah, I should probably use a lemonade, but I'm going to stick what I have.
All right, question number 2.
Okay, question number 2. What is the number 1 selling vehicle in the U.S.? Is it A, Tesla Model A, B, Toyota Corolla, C, Honda Accord, or is it D, Ford F-Series? Which is it?
You said D, a Honda Accord?
No, D was Ford F-Series.
So it's A, Tesla Model A, B, Toyota Corolla, C, Honda Accord, D, Ford F-Series.
Yes, that's correct.
I didn't know they made a D, F series.
That does read a little weird, doesn't it?
If you ever want a DF series, go to Ed's house. He's got them.
I got a D for you.
A little suggestion, don't make the first one a
D.
Tesla.
A and B.
A.
A, B, C, S series. Not good.
My,
Not good.
My answer's C.
C?
Yes.
Honda Accord. Survey says.
Ford.
Test.
Fun fact: Ford F-Series sold 726,004. Blah blah blah.
What?
Yeah.
What's the blah, 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 blah.
Fun fact: I'm drunk.
And that's the fun fact. Go ahead.
That's what threw me, because it was an F series. I knew that was the answer, but you said it was a DF. So
A DF series down to F series.
Yeah, I wasn't sure if I was like the little brother of
It's kind of big, but not there. Kind of F and D. I don't know how we do that, but that's what we did. Sorry. But you were still wrong there, guy. Either way, you flip the pancake, it's wrong.
All right, let's do cheers. Right now. I feel like I'm feeling this, and you guys are drinking it straight. You guys must be feeling it.
I had a bump in the road.
No, I'm used to it.
Nah. Eddie got many memories.
Well, one eye walking out the door, Ed.
Want to go shot for
I hope they can
shot?
still see my two eyes open. So don't know.
Well, this is the part of the show where we get sloppy, folks. Sorry. Okay. Now that you did that and we did our fun fact, we're going to take a little quick commercial.
No. You got another.
Do I?
Guys are super drunk once again. we have another question. I'm going to give it my page because I think it threw your page.
There I go again.
All right.
Okay. Getting back to the show. Question number 3.
Right, give me an easy one.
Statistics. Right. You ready?
Yes.
Okay. Question number 3. Where is most of the world's wine made? Is it B, Brazil?
No. A.
What?
Hey, drunk again, folks. We're all drunk. Thank you, Ed, for bringing in the most potent vodka I've ever tasted.
Let's get through this terribleness. Is it A? You want me to read it again? Where is the most of the world's wine made? Is it A, Brazil, B, Italy, C, Spain, or D, France?
I would have to go with Italy.
Survey says.
Oh, my
Sorry,
Lord.
folks. This game is a terrible idea.
All right. Oh, we're about to hit round 4. We are about to hit round 4, which is the final round.
What does that mean?
That means that I have to find this paper to read some things.
Ooh, that's what it means.
All right. We'll be right back for the 4th and final round. But before we do that, we're going to go for a quick commercial break.
You had to read that?
Yeah, sorry.
Hi, this is the part of the show we're going to let you in on a little secret about my co-host, Rick Renson. Rick Renson is a real estate agent with Century 21 Advantage Gold.
Closing costs got you down? Don't want to break the bank to get into your new home? Contact me to talk about how we can get you assistance through programs and grants. Your dream house doesn't have to be a dream. Looking to sell your home? Get a free market evaluation when you contact me and use code GOAT. That's right, completely free. With code GOAT. No obligations, no charges. Call me at 215-806-6766. Again, that's 215-806-6766. Or email me at rick.renson@g21ag.com.
Century 21!
Welcome back to the 4th and final round. It's called Phone a Friend. Our guest will have to call a friend and have them say our secret word without using the block words we put before them. Here's your host, Josh Ross.
Oh, okay. Don't settle down. Do what you want to do. I don't give a shit. We're going off the rails. We're going off the rails. Okay, so moving on to round number 4. You will be calling a friend. This is the part of the show where you will call a friend, say a word, but you can't say certain words to get the person on the other line to say those words.
And them words are?
The word that you can say is, or you need to get them to say, is thimble. The word you cannot say is paper, tea, silver plate.
So the first word is thimble. You can't use the words paper, tea, or silver plate. We put a copy in front of you so you know the words you can't say. All right? Do you have that?
No, I do not.
Oh.
He does not have a copy of this.
I'll give him mine. I'll give him mine
yours. And we'll look at it and we'll see if he gets through it. We are the worst game show that you have ever seen. For not being but the best game show.
We're drunk once again.
I just like to dance. I got it from my dad.
Oh. Get it, 70s disco right now.
If that's not 70s, I don't know what is.
It got me where I'm going.
I made this song for you.
All right,
Back to it.
Yeah. Read the words again, now that it has them in front of them.
Okay, Ed, are you ready? This is the word you can say, thimble.
You have
But
to
what
get him
you
to say.
cannot say, you have to get
Them to say, yeah.
Yes. And then what they cannot say is paper, tea, silver plate.
Right. So you
I
get
don't
them to
know why
say.
anybody would say any of those.
Me neither. But we're playing the game.
I used a thesaurus. You guys are so mean.
Well, you should have went down a little because this one is terrible.
And I really don't want to hear about your dinosaur book.
It was a good book.
The second word?
Okay, the second word is Tinder. I don't know if you used it. I haven't because I get the ladies like my paw, but Tinder. And the word you cannot say is paper, tea, silver. Oh, no. Shit. Oh, here we go again, folks. Oh,
my God,
I'm blind as my fucking co-host. Here we go. All right, sorry. So it's Tinder. And what you can't say is app, dating, wood.
All right.
So the word is Tinder.
And I always use dating and wood in the same sentence.
So the word is Tinder. The app is Tinder.
I think we have to drop the show and go back to the goat of the week.
Tinder, you can't
Yes.
say app, dating, or wood. Right?
I
Okay.
totally understand what you're saying.
Okay.
All right, go to the third word.
Okay. The third word that you have to get your person to say is tricky dick. Right? And that's funny.
Yeah.
Tricky dick. Dick.
You can't say cock. No.
Cock is not acceptable. Or either is penis. No, I'm sorry. Let's get to it. But what you can't say is President, Richard Nixon, or Watergate.
Okay.
Bunch of lies.
So you got your say words, but the three words are thimble, Tinder, and tricky dick. Get him to say two of them three words, and you win.
Gotcha.
Oh, we didn't bring our timer. We're so
Well, I'll
wonderful.
tell you
Fuck
what.
the timer.
Thank you for at least giving me.
I don't even if he fully understands the rules, let alone a timer.
Well, thank you for giving me one set of the words that falls into my lifespan.
Is that dick?
It wasn't dick. It wasn't dick. I knew it. I had an idea.
Yeah, once you said you wore the John Travolta outfit, I said,
I thought he was a dick. Right away, like he's a dick.
I'm sure some people thought that, but yes.
No, let's go. Let's go. Well, I don't know.
all right,
Okay.
we ready? You make the call.
You think you can make this
Make the
call?
call.
You have a number in mind?
I'm going to contact my brother and see.
And
What's
make
your
sure you
brother's
put it
name?
on
What's
speaker,
his
sir.
name?
His name is William Ross or Billy Ross.
Yeah, give it to us in straight terms.
Was he one of the ones watching HBO for free?
Yes, he was.
Oh, he's a part of this story. We won't bring that up to him, but
So-
we'll get him in on the game.
We got another Ross freeloader on the
Yes,
phone soon.
Exactly.
Another one of those bodies.
Well,
he had
this
to
was
step over.
one of the other brothers that I worked with, so I hoping that we'll still be able to communicate secretly and come up with these words.
Yeah, there you
Well,
go.
let's
Yeah,
see
little
what you
mind
can
melt,
do.
Little brother mind melt.
Exactly.
Yeah.
I
Well,
guarantee they don't get it.
You tell him if he ever needs a place to stay. I have Hulu. It got a bunch of channels.
You don't want to step over to these, Ross. All right, here we go. Here we go.
Let's see if he's home.
Hold it.
Is it on speaker, sir? Perfect. What a brother!
Oh.
What a brother!
So much for a mind meld.
He said, "I don't want to do this."
Let me try that again. It could
Good,
be- it
good.
could-
Take your
it could-
time. We had nothing but time, sir.
It could be my service on this phone.
Yeah, that's.
So, yes.
Oh, God.
You know how many girls didn't call me back because of my service?
Yeah, exactly.
Are you serious? Are you serious?
Oh, what?
always
The,
How many, Rick? How many? Get us in.
All of them.
the ones the ones you met on Tinder.
All right, here we go. Hey, keep it down. We can't say it to her.
I know.
Shh, shh, shh. Let's listen.
Be cool.
Bill?
Did you
okay.
answer?
Listen, I'm in a studio and we're playing this game, and I want to see if I can get you to say the magic words. It's like charades, and it's like me calling a friend.
Hey,
You got it, Bill.
Hey, friend. Yeah.
This
What's
could
your
be
name,
like-
friend?
This is like once a millionaire. So introduce yourself.
Okay, my name is Bill Ross.
Hey, Billy Ross is in the house. How you doing?
John, Josh.
It's my uncle, folks.
It's Josh and Rick in front of me, and they do this podcast, and
I know what they do.
okay, great.
Oh, he's a listener. He's a fan.
Is that from hours of me just telling you about what they do?
Please listen to my son's podcast.
He needs help. It's embarrassing.
What's the alcohol today?
All right, let's go.
Always.
It's Stoley's, yeah.
Uncle Bill, do you drink this?
Stoley's, yes.
You do?
Yes, I
Yeah?
Come from a long line of Irish hard men.
No, it's not. No, it's not. No. Let's fix that. Because these Irishmen are broken. They're drinking, what is this, vodka?
Yeah.
Okay,
I'm
let's
Irish
get
too,
to it.
but when you say Irish, it goes along with broke. You know that.
Oh, no, don't say that with it. No, you don't talk about our people like this. You don't do it. Whiskey is our drink, correct, sir?
Absolutely. But
All right,
listen,
moving on. Go.
Let's get into this game.
All right.
I don't know
Don't
what
wanna hold you up.
schedule is.
Oh, yeah.
I don't
Okay.
know.
All right.
You move it along. We're drunk. Come on.
Tell us our
Somebody's got
show.
to take over this.
Tell us our show.
All right, so you got your 3 words, Ed.
All right, Bill, here comes the first word, and I'm going to try to throw some clues at you to see if you can come up with the answer.
Ooh, let's go.
Okay? It's something you can put on your thumb
What do you put on your thumb?
when you're sewing.
Oh, a thimble.
Oh! What
correct.
the guy on the word? Yes, sir, you got it right. You got it
Go to
right.
the second word.
Nice.
All right,
Second word is?
Bill, I'm 2 away from the $1 million. All right, listen. Next
Then I don't know.
next word. Here comes the next word. Here's the first clue. Swipe left.
Ooh.
Tinder.
No!
Wait, Bill, are you married? How did you know about that? And Ed, are you married? Who's swiping left over
Just
there?
what the hip kids are saying on the internet today.
We both just read the same article in the.
About okay. All right. Was it
that's what it is. That's what it is.
All right, you've already won,
All
but
right.
go. Try to get the
This
third
is
word.
terrible.
Let's go for a hat trick, Bill. Let's go for a hat
Here we
trick.
go. Here we go.
Listen, just because you're on a diet, you can't look at a menu.
There it is. There it is.
That's my bro. All right, here, first clue, third word.
Two
What is
words.
it?
Two
What
words.
is it?
Maybe break it down.
What
into
is
the
it?
2 words.
It's 2 words.
Okay.
All right. First word. Forget that. Second word.
He'll get the
The
second.
main word.
Second word. It's in your pants.
What's in his pants?
Herpes.
It's in, wait. It's in your
Bumbleman.
pants. It's in my pants. It's
Oh.
in Josh's pants.
Yeah, don't put me in that.
yeah.
Oh, it's family.
So,
Penis.
Whoa.
No, what's the other?
okay, that's close.
Yeah,
All right,
yeah,
all right.
you're working it.
Yeah.
All right. So keep that in mind. All right.
Okay.
First word. First clue. It goes with the people who lead our country,
Ooh. Think about it now.
or one of the people who led our country.
Lead. Previous.
Yes, led our
Led.
country.
Yes.
Donald Trump.
Nah, he did. He kind of did. Depends on what side of the fence you're on.
No, somebody older in the past.
The first Trump.
That would go with that. That would go with the second question.
Leader that.
Yeah, it was
Safe.
synonymous.
We should
with
have had
the
the timer.
It was synonymous with the person who led our country in the past.
Anonymous.
That went with the second word.
Okay. Bill Clinton.
He was one of them. He was one of them.
No.
Nope, that's it. That's what he
Further
said.
back.
And the correct answer.
Wait, no. Give
You
him,
want to
yeah,
throw?
give him like one more
Who
shot to
gives a fuck?
explain it.
We don't give a shit. Let's
I'm
go.
gonna drink regardless. Go do it.
What is it? God.
Okay.
President.
The word that you want me to get is 2 words together, though, right?
Yes,
Correct.
sir.
Right. First to go second word.
It was a nickname of one of the presidents. Well, I said the word. So there.
You're out. You're out. But you did win the round. You got 2 out of 3.
Hey, bring it back, baby!
Yeah. Oh, that's amazing. You got 3. What is it? 2 out of 3, right?
I don't know. Do you want to give it to him? Fuck it, everyone gets a trophy. That's the kind of system we're running. Now I understand it.
He walks away with a bottle of Stoli's vodka. I don't know. I've tasted it. I don't know what kind of prize that'll be.
It doesn't taste like so much as a surprise to me. It's terrible.
All right, well, let's
tastes
thank Bill.
angry.
Let's thank Bill. Bill.
Hey, Bill. Uncle Billy.
Thank you.
Uncle Billy, thank you.
Even though you always said me and Rick would mount to nothing.
He did. I don't know why he paired us together.
Yeah, I don't even know why you called him. Just teasing, Uncle. We love you.
Thank you, Bill. I appreciate it.
Well, what was the last clue? What was the answer?
Tricky Dick.
Tricky Dick.
It was
Next
tricky.
Watergate. The other guy.
You could have named so many synonyms for dick.
I know.
Yeah, in your pants.
you got that part.
It itches.
You got
Oh my
all-
God, why does it burn when it comes out of that?
This is why you're a vice president, because when I say dick, you think penis. I got like 25 words.
We're not politically correct, or whatever that word would be for that. So thank you, sir.
Okay.
Thank you, Bill.
Thanks,
I
Bill.
appreciate it.
Uncle Bill.
Billy.
All right.
We love you.
We love you.
No, well, I love you. Because you're my uncle and you played the game.
Bill, I love you more. You know.
In a weird way.
All right.
Your blue eyes gets them. And you're a twin.
All right, buddy. I'll talk to you.
I'll talk to you.
Thanks. Bye-bye.
All right. Did you have fun playing the game, Ed?
Yes, I did. Thank
Oh,
you.
well, thank God
Of course,
there's one
I
of
won.
us.
Yes.
There's one of us.
I'm going home with Stoli's.
Did he win? Did he win? I don't even know if he won or not.
It's a good night.
He kind of
Yeah,
won.
you won, but you lost. It's Stoli's.
He had to call his own brother.
Yeah. Well, imagine that. Like,
What?
Ed grew up drinking Stoli's and still drinks it today.
I know that. What kind of person does this?
Yeah.
Because I started with Jim Beam and worked my way up that scale
No,
of whiskey and was like, what the hell?
I bring it up because I've been around you drinking, and I know you could drink higher class things, but you go back to Stoli's.
Ooh.
Yeah.
Because again,
Something that represents you.
well, no, not so much that.
No?
Like I said,
Sorry.
I can handle.
You're not Russian.
I can handle it a lot better than some of the other drinks that you're mentioning, as far as that goes. So it depends on the mood, the party, whatever, where I want to go, type deal with respects to drinking. But to say that this is something I can drink, relax, and in turn,
And you
still
did just that.
maintain
You did
know,
just
like
that.
composure and
Right.
for a longer period of time. Not saying I won't get there because of course
Yeah.
you'll see the one I
So
go. So
It's more like a wedding thing. When you got 4 hours, you got to be there.
correct. Yeah, exactly.
Okay.
Or you're going to have to drive at the end of the night, and this way you can cut back after a certain period of time and then sober up.
Let's
So,
get it.
It's nice.
so do you have any plugs you want to give?
Anything.
You've earned your time on the show.
Let's
You've
go.
taken the beat.
And plug-
Give
That's
the plugs.
And when your two worst co-hosts are ghosts, or well, I don't even know what the fuck we are.
You put up with 2 drunks.
Absolutely.
Give your goddamn
Two
time.
drunks with an
No,
idea.
not at all. You guys remind me of my first time handling the Stoli's.
So you're looking at us. I remember
Sloppy
my first time.
But no, it was,
Hit him with the wrong.
With a clap.
Oh, they love us.
I got the crowd behind me, so it's great. No,
Yeah, there you go, champ.
no, I would love to plug my wife's business.
Go ahead,
It's,
do it right, so.
Yeah, Brenda Ross. It's Honeybees Bath Bombs. You can
Nice.
find
Okay.
her on Facebook and Instagram.
And they would just search Honeybees Bath Bombs on Facebook or Instagram?
That is correct.
And what
what
does
does she
she
do?
make?
It's bath
Besides bath bombs,
Well,
I
no,
believe,
it's bath
right?
bombs
It's in the
as far
title?
as that goes, and kids love those as far as that goes. But she also makes for adults, shampoo, conditioner bars, beer bombs for you gentlemen that have beers.
Oh, yeah.
obviously.
Yeah.
She creates that.
I'm
It's
using
all
the-
natural.
It's all natural?
All natural. No, no preservatives.
I have to
and
get with her
things of
because I
that
hate my beer bomb right now. I
Do
really
you?
do. Like,
What do you use?
I don't even know the name brand, but it smells
What's
like
it do?
gel.
Yes.
Yeah.
Well,
Yeah.
I'll tell you, anything that's corporately made that way, there's a lot of fillers and things of that nature. Things that you probably don't
want on your
skin
face.
or your face or your beard or whatever. This is all natural, all clean, and safe for bathtubs for the bath bombs.
Right.
And things.
Nice.
Well, eventually, I would love to have Brenda on
Oh, no. Let's
don't want
bring
mom
all
and
my
dad.
family on. Let's get
don't want mom
everybody.
and dad
Get the
back to
whole
back.
gang. Get your 11 sisters and 4 brothers. Let's go.
So she's definitely going to get 2 plugs.
Yeah.
Brenda's story is amazing.
Is it now?
Yes.
It is. And we won't get into that. Save some for the
Save
listener.
Save it for her.
Oh, yeah.
Do not-
Is she a scheduled guest? Is that a scheduled guest?
We're working behind your back, right?
Oh, you son of a bitch. I had a feeling you were. And every time my family comes in, I'm like, oh, it's you again.
I don't give
Here
you
we
warning.
go. Mommy, Daddy, tell them what you did to fuck this up. It doesn't reflect well on you. But go ahead.
Wait until you have your lost brother on the next.
Oh, good old Gordon's son. I understand.
So give us one more time. Honey, what is it?
It's Honeybee's Bath Bombs.
Honeybee's
Okay.
Bath Bombs.
And her name is Brenda Ross.
Brenda Ross.
My wife.
I knew
like
that.
said,
So we will feature her on our website, becomingthegoat.net. I think we're .net. Yeah, becomingthegoat.net.
Correct.
No space or no dots in between goat. Just becomingthegoat.net, and we're going to put her whole bio and your whole bio and the links to where they can buy.
Terrific.
And it'd be anything from soaps to bath bombs to facial
Beer
washes
bombs?
to beer bombs. It's
For
all-
you gentlemen.
it's like an all natural
Champagne
product.
bars, yes.
And I use it, folks.
And of
Look at
course
my
you'll see
beard.
all that on
Look at my
Facebook.
beard versus this beard.
He uses.
Yes,
Let's go
look at
beer.
it. Go.
Let's go to beer. He uses Brenda's.
Right.
Very
before and
shiny. Look at this. It held up the whole interview. And I puked 3 times. No, I didn't.
Well, I think I use road rage.
Oh, that was for you, Dark Cloud Productions. We love you.
All right, it's been an excellent show. Thank you so much for coming out.
Pops, always, and I love you. And he picked you, I didn't, but I'm happy you did this show with us.
How could you not pick him?
Well, just because he's my father, that's weird. It's like, oh no.
I've sat and drank with this man, heard his stories.
Yeah, I heard his stories my whole life. I witnessed the stories. I'm part of the story. So I felt a little weird. But now that we're addressing it, I do appreciate and understand the level of the story, and I thank you.
We
and we
appreciate you
love
coming
you.
out.
Yes.
No, I appreciate both of you, and I love you as both like sons.
We know that. Look at that. Look at that.
Me,
We
maybe
had
a little,
found
maybe,
the
me maybe a little
support-
bit more, but we're not going to get into that tonight.
Don't do that to me. Well, your father definitely loves me more.
So, if you're looking for Honeybee's Bath Bombs or links to how to listen to this episode, you're going to go to www.
What is it?
Becomingthegoat.net.
Nice.
Becomingthegoat.net.
And then we'll have all of it.
We'll have
the links. You know how to do that. You know how to do that after this?
No, not tonight. It ain't happening.
Definitely not tonight. Yeah, well, I don't blame you, sir. I don't blame you, because we are feeling
Josh
nice.
also produces fish videos. That are
Yes,
doing
I
really
do.
well right
At
now.
Liberty Bell Cichlids. Thank you very much. If you love the fish, I do. Well, let's see if you do.
And I am a real estate agent, so you've heard from our numerous commercials.
Yes, we do. We only have one, but we love it.
So contact me when you're ready.
There it is. Thank you and enjoy. Don't forget to like and subscribe.
Oh, thank you for saying that. I almost forgot.
Oh, well, that I don't. Thank God I didn't.
Yeah, thanks for
But
doing
do
it.
it, and let's do it.
Thank you.
Thank you.